Hi, I'm Robert McNeece. I spent 27 years in federal prison, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.
FBI, open up! Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Robert McNeece.
You know, a lot of them guys that go in that unit, they get around each other and they feed off each other, and you know how to build their case better, you know, and how to get more time knocked off. And you know, it's a shame that that's what they do, but that's exactly what they do. And you know, I mean, it's just that's nobody should be in jail or be convicted by someone's lies. You know, I don't give a fuck who it is.
Did you see anybody that was in that unit that was blatantly just lying? And
who did I know anyone? Yeah, Sammy the Bull. Yeah, blatantly. I mean, I don't know how the government kept him. I mean, listen, they used his fame to convict guys. The jury hears Sammy the Bull. Oh, it's Sammy the Bull. They think he's Jesus and he's telling the truth. But if they look at the facts, he's so full of shit. You know, I mean, it's a shame that anybody went to jail because of him. And it's a shame that the federal government would believe somebody like that. You know, I mean, they had to be party to his bullshit, you know?
Oh, they would have came in and scooped him out of that ecstasy case if they had the chance. They didn't want to get that black eye on their resume.
No, but yeah, he was a liar. Excuse me. Yeah, there was quite a few that had manipulated the system and said some things they, like put weight on people that I don't think really had the weight, and
like Bobby Luisi.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dangerous place.
Didn't Bobby Luisi try to put some shit on you?
Yeah, try to set it's in his book, or it's in the book that this guy who used to be a cop or something in Philly, and he became the underboss or consigliere or something.
Oh, that's Previty.
Ron Previty, yeah.
Ron Previty.
In his book, he said that they put $1 million hit out on him, right? And that it originated from Atlanta Penitentiary, and that I sent the word out, to have him hit, on behalf of Vic and Nikki, which is 100% bullshit. I mean, who the fuck am I going to send word out to, And so, yeah, that was all bullshit. But that was a straight up made up lie.
That's crazy. These people, they can't handle the truth, right?
Right. And then when that stuff went down with that gal that killed them kids, they said that, and it was even in the newspaper, that I had killed 3 people in Philadelphia. I had 3 people murdered in Philadelphia. Where they got that from or who they got, it was all bullshit. But everyone believes it. That I had these people murdered. And I'm cooperating against the guys in Philly about it. What are they talking? I mean, that's how I was when I read it. But who are these people in Philadelphia? I mean, I don't know knew zero about it. It was just a made up thing, right? And I don't know if it was to make me look bad or what it was, but that was all bullshit. It's like,
yeah,
these people are crazy. They believe anything, and the government goes with it. I mean, it's insane.
You were in deep before you did what you did. What was your life like before you ended up doing that?
What do you mean?
And how do you even go there to be presented with this situation?
You mean with the lady?
Yeah.
Well, when I was in Atlanta, I was I was doing some business dealings, because I had financial backing by individuals, and so I created. I was bored. I didn't use drugs. I didn't drink. Didn't do any of that stuff in prison like a lot of guys. You know what I mean? Otherwise, who knows what I'd look like after 27 years? But I did a lot of time with just reading like putting little businesses together, in my head. And then I'd write them down and do business plans and, things like that. And there was opportunities for me to put them to some use at times. And so, I've opened up bookstores and did some, marketing things and made, made quite a bit of money, and
from behind bars.
Behind bars. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like, I don't know what it was. It was like everything I touched turned to gold. It seemed like, at that time, it was like,
yeah,
and so I was like just hustling and I did have a lot of respect. I mean, a lot of the, all the Italian guys respected me, all the mob guys, and I had Vic's ear, there's no two ways about it. I mean, we were good friends and so I had his ear. So guys would come to me with issues because, they're not going to talk to him. They're going to come in to ask me about it. And then I'd go and talk to him about it, and, and that's just how it ended up being, over the years. And
even
Nikki,
Nikki, right? Even Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki. That's where those lies. That's where those lies from Philadelphia came from. I'm certain. I don't know nothing about Philadelphia, right? Except Sal was from Philly and a good guy. That's all I knew, right? But Nikki shows up, and next thing I know, Nikki's talking to Vic, and and so he rolls up on me and with Faffy and talking about, I'm still the boss. He should, I'm not dead, and they can't make anybody else a boss, And so there was like and he goes, hey, can you talk to Vic on my behalf? And it's like, what do you mean me talking? So, but I did. I went to Vic and told him what he said. I didn't I didn't tell him what I felt about it. It's none of my business. But I did tell him what Nikki said, and I was always telling him, I said, man, these guys telling me all these. I mean, hell, I could convict 50 people in this prison right now. He did this, did that. I mean, the mob guys. It's just insane. But yeah, Nikki, Nikki had a big mouth. He had a big mouth.
Yeah, he would have got himself. He would have got himself locked up if his nephew didn't tell on him. He would eventually went down anyway.
I mean, God bless him. I mean, I liked Nikki. I liked him, but like he would come to me and he would whine like a little girl. I mean, just it's not fair, and I mean, it's just John. I talked to John when we were in Marion together, and John told me that he supported me, and so yeah, it was
he was losing control.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't. Nothing happened, But because of him talking, though, that's how these people like made up shit about me. Yeah. Threw me in the middle of this, having a hit put out on it. Come on, I've never heard of any mob boss giving anybody $1 million to kill some piece of shit,
And they said that you were the
Oh, they said I was the
consigliere.
No, they said I was
right.
No, they said I was the advisor and counselor to Vic Amuso, the boss of the Lucchese family. That's what they put down on the paper. And I mean, what did I advise them what to eat for lunch? Maybe, Vic,
what are you having today? Tuna? All right.
Vic never talked about illegal shit with me.
Yeah.
The only thing he ever talked to me about was the Lustanza heist. From years and years ago. And that was the only thing he's ever, and I always remember because that is the only thing he ever talked to me about, doing something illegal.
What do you say about that?
Well, just nothing. I mean, I can't say, but I mean, he was just, it was cool. I just, I respect that. And I mean, I would respect Vic. Vic never, all the years we were together, he never talked about any crimes, I mean, the feds would have liked him to,
Yeah.
They'd love for me to be able to say, hey, yeah, he did. He told me this, but,
I mean, that's what they think that guys like him are doing. They think that they're just sitting around talking about crime all day long.
Right. Yeah. Or, having crime, that they're, the masterminds over everything that's going on the street, any murder that happens, and you know, you're the boss, you have to know about it. And that's so much bullshit. I sat in there and knew half a dozen murders that happened that I know Vic didn't know nothing about. He was, you know, freaking the fuck out, flipping out over it, you know?
Yeah.
So all that, you know, it's just, it's at the moment. If the prosecutor tells the judge and the jury, you know, the rules in the mob is the boss knows everyone that gets killed. So you got to convict him of racketeering because Joe Blow killed Joe Blow's brother. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a crock.
So now, do you remember the day they call you out of that prison to go back to Iowa?
Yes. So they call me out. They call me, right? And they put me on a fucking plane, take me to Iowa, and they said they wanted me to go to a grand jury because there was some people cooperating in Iowa talking about me. I don't know nothing about it. You know, I don't know anything. It all started with, you know, there was a situation with a family member of mine that came to visit that got robbed, and asked if he had heard through, you know, the grapevine that I was associated with people that may be able to help him. And so he came up and listen, I hadn't seen him the whole time I've been in prison. 15 years I hadn't seen him. And all of a sudden he wants to come and ask me for a favor, you know? And so, you know, me being stupid, I go out on the yard and I just pull up, you know, a friend of mine, and you know, he says, you know, call this dude Joey. So I call Joey up and say, listen, you know, he said you're supposed to do this, this, and this, and be there within 3 days. And he said, okay, no problem. And, you know, so I went back to the division room the next day and told him, I said, listen, go back to Cedar Rapids, keep your mouth shut. Someone will be in contact with you. And as soon as he hit Cedar Rapids, he's telling everybody, yeah, my man, he's going to be sending the Mafia over here. We're going to get everybody. And, you know, and so they were waiting for him when they hit the bricks, you know?
Oh, man. So
they brought me back to ask questions about that, and I told them to go themselves. And so they sent me back to the pen. And so that was cool. You know, I mean, no big deal. And then the second time they sent me down because the courthouse is in Cedar Rapids, which is about a town of 200,000 people. And they have it's in Lynn County. Lynn County Jail is where all the federal prisoners are at. So I go into the jail, you know, the second time they bring me back, and they want to move me. The next day they're moving me to a small town county jail because people in that jail, in every pod in that jail, is cooperating against me. And I swear on my dead mother's grave, I didn't know one of them. Not one of them did I know. Right? But they're all telling on me.
It's people who heard about you.
Yeah, that my brother was talking about and shit like that.
Oh,
I don't know none of them. So I'm in there playing cards the first day I get there. I'm playing, you know, and one of the guys that was telling on me, I was playing cards with.